change your attack angle and change your path. In the region of 75, 80 yards longer through the air. So if we're looking to change attack angle, very often we have to change path. Hit this drive. So let's go ahead, hit it, and we'll see, we can have a look at the data and pull out what we want. Wasn't a bad drive, kind of down there. So you can see the data that's on the screen at the moment. You know, carry was pretty short, it was 187 yards, launch angle at 6 degrees, dynamic loft at just, well, 6.7 degrees, ball speed at 170. So the one number, and hopefully you've pulled this out and you've recognized it, is the attack angle. The attack angle there is -6 degrees. That's not what we want. That's what I see a lot. So what that really means is that when my club hit the golf ball, it was traveling downwards towards the ground. Now, if you just look at what that does to the loft, it will generally, in most cases, it will take loft off the golf club. Not always, but in most cases. So that's why we get dynamic loft, which is how much loft has the club got, just under 7 degrees. That's really low. That means the launch angle is down at just under 6 degrees. And if you saw the ball flight, it was very, very low. So whilst I can hit fairways that way, with a ball speed of 170 miles an hour, I shouldn't really be carrying the ball 187 yards. That's way down. Now on the screen at the bottom, you can see a little chart. And I've just done that chart for a club head speed of 100 miles an hour. And what you can see is that it gives an idea of what distance you can achieve based on different attack angles. Hitting down, hitting level, hitting up. And you can see there how hitting up on the ball just gives you so much more distance. And that distance is not through more swing speed, it's just through how the club is delivered to the ball. So if we're looking to change this attack angle, this -6, which is really, really common, and get it to a positive number, there's gonna be a couple of things to do. We're gonna look at setup, and I'm gonna give you a couple of drills that you can do within your swing. Setup is key. Ball position relative to the middle of you. That's the zip, the buttons, your chin, your nose, the middle of you, not your feet. I want that ball to be significantly forward of the middle of you. And you can see how, as I drop that club down, the wider I have my stance, the more behind the ball this club gets or the middle of me gets. So that's why with the driver, we like this nice wide stance. We also want that ball teed up relatively high. So you can see here that I've got that ball nicely high in the peg, around about half the ball above the top of the club is a great guide. Now, when I stand with my feet this wide and my body is positioned behind the ball tends to be opposite that lead heel. So that's a secondary reference point, but it really is where it is relative to your upper body that's key. And that setup there should mean that I'm going to hit the ball much later in the golf swing. Doesn't always work that way though. There's lots of golfers who, when viewed from the front view, have these perfect driver setups and still hit down on the golf ball. And that's very often because from the top, they'll make this type of movement and the club still comes crashing down and they have that negative attack angle. So here's a little drill I want you to do. You're going to take a head cover. You're going to place it just outside the golf ball. So what that does is it means that from setup, my club is able to move away from the golf ball without touching the head cover. And it should mean that I'm able to deliver the club back to the golf ball again without hitting the head cover. The club path, which is what this little exercise is addressing, is really, really closely related to the attack angle. If I swing to the left of target, really common to also hit down on the golf ball. And if I swing to the right of the target, really common to hit up on the golf ball. So if we're looking to change attack angle, very often we have to change path. This drill is going to help you do that. When you're hitting golf balls, what I'd love you to do, once you've got your setup correct, head covers in place, I'd love you to use your upper body, rotate and start with the golf club on the ground around about some 2 feet behind the golf ball. I've done this drill in previous videos. I make no apologies about doing it again. It is one of the best drills that you can do to change your attack angle and change your path. So from here, I'm going to start my golf swing, with the sole objective being to miss the head cover and really sense that my club is at its lowest point around about this area here where I started with the golf club. Now, I'm not sure if TrackMan will pick these numbers up because the head cover is a little in the way, but we should be able to see my attack angle changed significantly based on this setup and this little exercise. So, completely different ball flight. Not sure if you picked that up, and we did get some numbers, and you can see there that the attack angle, well, almost completely changed. That's 5.8 degrees up, so 6 degrees up, and the carry went up to 260 yards, so way more carry, and the ball actually came off the face slower. So that ball came off the face slower than the first shot and went in the region of 75, 80 yards longer through the air. Incredible changes in distance. And we can see that that's not through speed. It wasn't because I swung faster or hit it harder, I just optimized my delivery. So getting your attack angle positive with the driver will give you more distance if you currently hit down on the golf ball. It's something that I would encourage everybody to test, to check and work towards, because it is free distance. You just need to make sure the setup is correct, try that little exercise, shift the path with that setup, and you should start to hit up on the ball, gain more distance. Right, I hope that helps. Usual stuff is down below, comments box, like button, all that kind of stuff. And I'd love to see you back here again soon for a future video. Thanks for watching.